Yeah. Let's talk to another caller, though, shall we? We have Eduardo, who I just recently spoke to on Truth Wanted on Friday, calling in again on Talk Heathen, and it's called in Talk Heathen before. Eduardo from Brazil, live on Talk Heathen. What's going on? Eduardo, you are live. If you can. There we go. Hello, Eduardo.
Can you hear me? Yeah, right.
Yep, we can hear you now. What's up?
Delay, I think.
Yeah.
It's okay. So you throw a question out there. I don't even know if you remember doing that. You throw a question after I finished the call. If I'm a lawyer, would I accept the same kind of evidence that I accept for Spiritism?
Yes. I said that after we had a conversation. For those who aren't familiar, we had a conversation on Truth Wanted, and you talked about your evidence, and I was surprised by the caliber of your evidence. And after the call, I made the comment, because you had mentioned you were a lawyer, that if you were to present the evidence you gave me in a court of law, if you thought that would be acceptable evidence. So I'm curious to see your response to that.
The answer, incredible as it may seem to you, is actually yes. There's actually precedent for that here. And
but so just to reiterate, because the evidence you gave me, we were talking about reincarnation, and the evidence you gave me, Eduardo, was, well, you know how sometimes you meet somebody and it feels like you've known them their entire life. That's evidence for reincarnation. And I was surprised that was what you gave me.
That's probably, yeah, but that's the thing. And it's actually a pretty. I wasn't part of that. I know that as president, and it was a pretty. It is actually a pretty delicate case, because it's a what's to call a show house, I guess. That caught on fire, and most people died because they couldn't get out of there. And during the trial, one of the lawyers of the owner decided to actually consult a medium, and well, he kind of did that. Nobody thought that would be acceptable, despite the guy having a history.
Wait a minute, hold on. This case you were involved in, they accepted the testimony of a medium?
No, I wasn't involved in that.
In lieu of somebody else's testimony, like they were speaking through them or something? Why was a medium there?
Yeah, it was to talk on behalf of the victims. That's why I say that it's a pretty delicate case.
Okay, yeah. I first of all, any medium that says they can speak on behalf of people who have passed is a fraudster.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I'll be the first to say that.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Yeah. So I actually, and so did he. He said, it's probably because mediums. I mean, the serious kind. They don't choose who they contact. They are contacted. So,
well,
listen.
I mean, mediums make up the fact that they are contacting the dead and pretend to be somebody else.
And have been caught out so many times. You can just look. There's compilations of mediums getting it horrifically wrong. One of my favourites is one medium who believed that they could find or could talk to the spirits of deceased people, and was shown a photo of a little girl and said, "Well, can you detect whether she's there?" And the photo was of the woman that was handing her the photo as a child.
Live, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know where you're coming from, Eduardo. Like, you just everything you've just said just makes me think that spirituality is bunk. I mean, if you're trying to prove that spirituality is good and that it should be taken seriously enough to be used in a court of law, you're doing a bit of a bad job of it, Chief.
no, and that's the thing. So he actually said he probably wouldn't. Then he actually, was contacted, and I remember that case because at that time I didn't believe. I was already graduated in law and everything. So the problem is he got it right, that things that people didn't know. And the problem is this, it wasn't supposed to be accepted even then, but it actually was, and that kind of like it was big news here because some people say, well, it shouldn't be, it should be, it should. Me, I really think that in that case it was supposed to be irrelevant because.
What's the point of all this?
Wait, hold on, wait. Can I ask a clarifying question? Were you actually a part of this case personally, or are you just reporting something that happened in Brazil?
No. It's precedent. It's jurisprudence.
Okay, but you weren't involved in this case yourself professionally.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Because if you were, I was gonna be like, Eduardo, you gotta up your lawyering game, bud. Because if the other side is presenting a witness as a medium and speaking for the dead, there, like, you gotta call that shit out. Yeah, like that's, I mean, like, come on, in your shoes, right? I mean, if you were to examine that case, if you were to be a part of that case, how could you not ask the court to completely throw that out, right? How could you ever accept that as legitimate in any way, shape, or form?
That's the thing. The other side actually asked for it to be thrown out, but it wasn't.
Shut up! Really? Are you serious? Wait, the other? Oh my God! No, that's terrible.
We're on some Phoenix Wright shit right here, yeah? I'm channeling the spirits of the dead.
That's literally in Phoenix Wright.
Yeah.
That's not even a joke. That is actually the plot of Phoenix Wright in the first few episodes.
That's a problem. I don't think I wouldn't do it if I was the lawyer, not because I don't believe, because I actually do, but because it's irrelevant. I mean, if you commit a crime, there are two victims. There's the victim of the crime, and that's the state, because the state can't allow the crime. So, and this case, it was negligence. So even if the victim said something, it isn't relevant.
Yes, I agree.
It was accepted. Some people think that actually it counted on the measure of the penalty, although you can see that because it's just accepted, but it wasn't in the.
Eduardo, let me stop you there, Chief. Eduardo, please, let me ask: is the purpose of this call that you are making today to try and advocate for the existence of the spiritual?
Yeah. Are you pro mediums?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, some of them.
Why some of them though? Let's talk about that, because I think that leads credence to some of your other ideas when it comes to spiritism. Why should I believe literally any medium ever?
Well, you should believe when you didn't fill a questionnaire, for example, and they give details of your life that nobody knows, quoting passages of your life, not in general, not, it happened when you were doing, really quoting. That's when it
Okay, so I'm gonna rattle off a few terms here, Eduardo. Hot reading, cold reading, Barnum statements. There are so many psychological tricks, especially in the day and age of social media. Like, if I go to a medium, I bet they could tell me so many things about me just by watching the videos I've been in. Like, you're not being very convincing there, Chief. There are so many ways to make the credulous believe that you have knowledge beyond their thing. You don't have to be flipping Peter Pop. Was it?
Yeah, I mean, like, look, in today's world, it's even harder, or it's even easier to get away with it, because all you have to do is Google somebody's name before you meet them, and you can find their social media. You can find a whole bunch of stuff about them, and they've done this. Thomas Westbrook has a whole series on his YouTube channel about how, they've taken these mediums and they put out fake social media profiles of people out there. And so when those people go to meet the mediums are quoting stuff from their fake social media profiles that aren't actually from their real life. I mean, there's tons of mediums that do this kind of stuff. There's a lot of these tricks to the trade. If I went to a medium and they were telling me some sort of dark secret about my past that was extremely explicit in detail, that nobody has ever known, then that would be one thing, but that's never happened. It hasn't happened to me, and I don't think it's actually ever happened to anybody that's ever been to a medium, because I don't think that they have the power to do that, man. Like, I just don't think that there's ever been a case that a medium has been demonstrated without reasonable doubt that hey, they're legit, so I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. It's like, we can't be relying on fraudsters for proof of spiritism here, or any kind of a reincarnation, or the supernatural, or anything. That's not going to cut it. We got to do better than that, right?
Right, but that's exactly the kind of thing I've seen it. But and if you, well, everybody say that, but if you knew me, I mean, if you knew me, well, for my whole life, you would kind of like, just for the kind of frame of mind that I the kind of guy, it would actually give some credence, because I don't impress easily. It sounds like that.
Okay, wait, Eduardo. Here's what you do. Okay, here's what you do. You say you know a medium. You know a medium that you like.
Right.
Can you get them to talk to me on this show? Can you get them to talk to one of us on the call-in show? Can we make that happen?
I don't know. I don't know if they speak English, but I can try for.
Okay. If you can get a medium to talk to one of our call-in show hosts, and we will not be paying a dime, by the way. We won't pay for it. If they ask for money, the ACA we will not give money to fraudsters. I'm just gonna let you know right now. But if they're willing to do it, maybe tell them we get you some free publicity. We can set that up. Because we can definitely show people, at least live on the air, why this stuff just doesn't work, right? Or at least, isn't convincing to us. But I don't know. That's just an idea, Eduardo. Because I mean, I can't do anything with you telling me, wow, this person knew stuff that I didn't tell them. Because that's not specific for us to really talk about, right?
Yeah. But let me just say something. By the way, serious mediums actually don't ask for money. They can't be paid for that. They can't even accept donations.
I mean, well, maybe I'll talk with our producer. Maybe we can arrange a good donation if we feel like the medium has fulfilled our criteria or something. All right, no, Richard is shaking his head at me. No, we won't even do that. We won't even pretend. Never mind. But okay, fine. If they're good mediums and they won't accept money, even better, right? We'll take free mediums, but we'll talk to them on the show. But like, man, that's I don't know. Can't do much with just, I talked to a medium one time and they convinced me.
Yeah, there's more motivations than money as well. If you are convinced that you have powers and you're delusional, you still want to sort of show your powers. And any time that any supernatural phenomena has been actually independently tested, it's always been found.
I'll do this. Okay, we won't do the ACA. Maybe I'll put up my own personal money. How about that? I'll pay them myself if I'm convinced that that the medium did their job, and we can put it in a pot somewhere.
Oh, I mean, James Rand did it for years. $1 million waiting for you if you can prove the supernatural, and no one ever did. So, yeah. But
that would make for some good content, I think, Eduardo. I'd be willing to do that.
It's no, I mean, if they're willing to call and do it free, but don't do it, man. Don't give them money, because that actually interfere, and that actually can lead them, if the guy is not strong enough to refuse, that can lead them to a very dark place.
What do you mean?
Yeah, because if you use those gifts and for money, for any advantage, and you start attracting less serious spirits, and then sometimes even evil spirits, and you go to a pretty dark place. I know somebody who did that.
Oh, Eduardo.
You know.
I don't know, man. That's a whole other can of worms. I don't know if I can talk to you about the personal motivations of evil spirits with you after everything we talked to. We're out of time with this call, man.
Yeah.
We've already talked about so much other stuff, but I do enjoy talking with you. You do present a very interesting perspective that I enjoy exploring with you. But I have to let you go now because we got some other folks on the line. Eduardo, if you can find a medium to talk to us on the show, I will give you a standing ovation, because that's doing, first of all, that's doing work for us. All right, let's be real. That's giving us content. So I'll thank you for that. But that'd be sick. If we can talk to a medium on Talk Heathen, that would make my day. So let me know if that's possible for you. If not, whatever. We'll just have our regular conversations. But that'll be something. That'll be something for both of us, I think. But I will let you go now. Thanks so much, Eduardo.